Hello, and welcome to some Great League Remix Cup. I am today playing with Cresselia in the lead with some double normal types in the back. That is weak to fighting types, so hopefully with my safe swap of double, I can bait out the fighting type, and then I can take it down. With Cresselia and Diggersby can run rampant towards the end. This team is heavily inspired, borderline stolen from Human Catcher-Buck. So big shout out to him, and I will definitely link his video towards the end of this one if you guys feel like some legend level commentary on the team. I am myself playing around veteran level, as you can see down there, and I've been having a whale of a time with this team. Although not with Golbat. Like, Golbat is a big problem from this team. It is a team effort to take out the Golbat. And usually also when you see Golbat, it is Golbat with double fighting, and that is a problem for my team. So this is a double that is switched in very quickly on my Cresselia. So I will take that, and then I will switch into the mirror now that he is already pretty far down in HP, so that I can win the switch advantage, and then I can aim to get my Diggersby against the Golbat. And now that I'm playing Diggersby with Quick Attack and not the Mud Shot, then it has a decent, not a good matchup, but a decent matchup against the Golbat. And now that I'm gonna take it down as a team effort, then it's pretty good to just be able to do a lot of damage with the Quick Attacks while he is debuffing me, and then maybe I can switch back out. So yeah, here's the Golbat. And because it's a Shadow Golbat, I also can threaten it quite a bit with the Body Slams from double. I actually only need 2 Body Slams and some extra damage. Although, since he is like farming me down fairly quickly, I cannot really get to extra damage, but he still shields and respects it. So I get both switch and shield back, which is very, very nice. Now we have Diggersby on the Golbat, and he threw the Shadow Ball, because I'm pretty certain he was expecting that Cresselia, and he just decided to quit the match based on that. I was like, nope, that was the Shadow Ball wasted. Alright, Shadow Charizard is also not a very good lead, so this time I instantly safe swap, and we switch into the double. And I do like throwing the attack immediately on the Charizard, because if they let it through, Cresselia would have an easier time in the back, in case they meet up again, to actually fight it. And here's the power warning coming up on my phone. That'll happen a couple of times. I need to really stop playing with low power on the phone. And I do get to another one. So, and I'm threatening him, now he needs to shield the Charizard. And then he's switching to the Vigoroth. So I've been seeing a lot of like counter attack type Pokemon. Does that count? That sounds wrong. A lot of Pokemon running counter. Holy, that was apparently very difficult. And that is of course a difficulty with this team. But now that he's switched it in, and he switched it in quite late, I can get my Cresselia against it. And he's out of shields. Although I would almost be more happy if he had more HP, so like I actually can throw a move. But he is now in range of me just doing a Grass Knot instead of a Moonblast. But I will also first just tank all the energy he has on that Vigoroth, and then I can throw my Grass Knot. And unfortunately, I counted wrong, so we CMP'd on the Body Slam. I should have farmed some extra, but I mean, it happens. It happens to the best of us. I could have done at least 2 Psycho Cuts extra, so I could have been closer to my attack and maybe close enough to threaten the Charizard. See, I could have thrown a move there, and it could have been maybe a little bit different of a match. But although the Charizard is quite low, and I have the Quick Attack on Diggersby, so I could farm the Charizard down. I'm fairly certain he had a Dragon Claw, but I think he went for the Blast Burn and just was surprised of the Quick Attack damage and didn't get it off. That's very nice. Now I can just Earthquake this Cresselia to pieces. And usually you need to land 2 Earthquakes and a Fire Punch when you're running Diggersby, but because I run Quick Attack and not the Mud Bomb, not Mud Shot, I can do Earthquakes, 2 Earthquakes and just a lot of Quick Attacks. But I have a fairly decent matchup here. This is like a fairly neutral matchup, but because I joined the match with an energy advantage, he needed to do extra grass nuts to get me. So there was just no way for him to actually win this one. Now we have a good lead. That is very nice. He switched out immediately, and he switched out to the Charizard. So now we get to play the, like, no extra advantage on my Diggersby against the Charizard. And I do call the first move, which is very nice. He's playing with Dragon Breath, which is also doing quite a bit of damage back to me. But he is a Shadow, so he needs to start being careful about his HP. And I'm very surprised he let that one go through. But I think I can just do the same. And then I can start threatening him with my next move. So now he needs to shield a Fire Punch. That must feel so bad from him. But he really needs to do that. Otherwise, I'll get Switch. And I guess I could still get Switch. because I can just quick attack him down. Like, I'm very pleasantly surprised of how much damage that quick attack does. So Diggersby just got me switched on the Charizard, going for only 5 punches, which is wild to me. But this is not wild. I was so sad when I saw that Earthquake go to waste. Like, oh, I could have done so much good damage. And I waited a second there. I waited a turn there to make sure it didn't catch the Grass Knot. And I was going to shield it and switch out. And after he throws the Stone Edge, of course. Which does quite a bit of damage, so I need to be careful a little bit. And here's the Golbat. Golbat is a problem. And now I'm kind of regretting not having wild charge on the double, but like running a debuff move, like a move where you get debuff afterwards, doesn't really feel that well to do on a stage swap. So I like having the payback. And of course, I was actually running also this team with Vigoroth at the save swap in the middle, but then I ran into a bunch of Jellicents. So then of course I switched to double, which has payback that can fight back to the Jellicents, and there's no more Jellicents. But this Golbat tanked the 2 body slams, and he is left alive with almost a perfect range to just farm him down. And now my Cresselia has a shield and has a Grass Knot, and he's not having it. Cresselia into Driftman, and another like terrible lead. But I got 2 noble types, right? And I can try and catch. So that is my plan. I count to 5 hexes and I switch. And I'm hoping, I'm praying, please be a Shadow Ball. And yes, that was a Shadow Ball. Oh, that was so huge. So nice. Alright, and now he's a little bit lost for words. What to do here? My opponent, at least. And I will be paybacking. So does he know I have payback? Oh, at least he didn't expect it if he knew about it. And he's not having it. that is some of the more satisfying moments when you completely outplay an opponent. But I will also get outplayed here and there. Definitely one of the upcoming matches I will get outplayed. Don't you worry about that. Cresselia into Sandshrew, so another terrible lead that I'm really not having a good time about. And he switched in a fighter on my double. I am terrified now. It's like, okay, this is a steel double counter team. I will not have a good time. But he shielded the first body slam, which I'm very surprised about, because he can definitely survive the first body slam. So I will gladly take that straight away and now come in with Cresselia and get a lot of farm. So I will get a lot of farm. I think I might shield the move actually, because it is a Shadow Machamp. I could have gone for the attack, but I was expecting him to CMP me, so I didn't want to waste. I really wanted to get this extra farm that I'm getting now. So I almost have 2 Grass Nuts now that I'm getting rid of the Machamp. So here we go. Go away, Machamp. And then we go back into the steel type, and he does have double fighting. But the thing is, Surfest is very squishy. And I got 2 shields. So he needs to guess correctly. Otherwise, I can get this back. And I just go straight for it. Are you guys ready? You see it coming? Earthquake. See ya. Get out of here, Surfest. And that is getting me back into this battle. So it looked really terrible. Like, steel double fighting is basically straight up countering my team. But he did not guess the Earthquake correctly. That is very nice. And he spent the shield, of course, on the Machamp straight away, which I found as being a little bit of a mistake. But I didn't even get to this Fire Punch, so now it's very comfortable. He needs to shield this one. And he's also low enough that my Cresselia can handle the Sand Slash. I even have a shield, so he needs, what, 3 Night Slashes to take out my Cresselia. He does have a lot of energy, though. So, like, I'm not completely safe. He might have it, but like this is 2 back-to-back. He cannot have 3 back-to-back. He needs to do at least 1 or 2 moves, and he does not have it. So he forfeits. Cresselia into Scrafty. This is a annoying matchup, but this is my best answer though to Scrafty, because both my Pokemon in the back is not having a good time against Scrafty. And hindsight, I really should be baiting just a little bit, because I just cannot get myself to do Leaf Blades against the Scrafty, because I know this will absolutely one-shot. And I would be so heartbroken seeing a Leaf Blade get no shielded. But I should be more I should have had way more courage. And I'm doing that here. I'm having more courage. I am hoping he does not see it coming. And nope, he does indeed not see it coming. So now he's down shields, he's down HP, and I can get back switch. Not that it matters really, but I can also give like a pretty good energy advantage on my double. I think I have a little bit of an extra energy over here. And he cannot take out my double instantly with the Scrafty. So I can get a body slam. I think he might have had a power-up punch right there, and he kind of should have threw it. But now he's low enough that I can start doing the what are they called? The grass nuts on my Cresselia. So I'm feeling confident, but I'm also in like a little bit of a scary health range. Like I'm afraid of the foul play. I can survive it though, and I do, but it's not very comfortably. And he switches, and then he switches to a Beedrill. I'm like, okay, Beedrill, that's easy, right? That's a poison type. I can just Earthquake this and one-shot this guy. That was my plan at least. And then I was like, okay, but Scrafty is gonna be a problem because my Cresselia is really, really low, so I need to undercharge this Earthquake against the Beedrill. And because I did not really think about the insect type, the bug type, I was like, I cannot do any bubbles. I just cannot do any bubbles. And that was a huge mistake. Because, like, he's going to get to a move now. And I'm going to get way too low taking that move. So I need to hope that I can farm him all the way down. And now get to 2 Fire Punches. And it looked like that had it. But I didn't. I don't have 2 back-to-back. It looked like I did. But I don't. It's just off by a little bit, and that's so unfortunate because I should have done 1 mud shot and then threw a fire punch and then switch to Cresselia, go back in, do another one. But like, that's so unfortunate. Like, and also because he power up punched, I think Cresselia might have survived that. It was like 2 different Pokemon, 1 quick attack off a charge move. Like, oof, that sucks. Oh wait, Luxray, Shadow Luxray in the lead. Like, it's Electric Strike. He's gonna wild charge and dip out. So I called that quite huge, quite big. He switched in another Cresselia. Like, my team's not doing too hot against Cresselia. I'm also, like, Diggersby's okay, but I just shielded the wild charge, so I want to save the Diggersby if I can for the Luxray. So I'm just gonna play this out. And he just grass nuts me all the time, which I find like kind of interesting. Like, it's a good idea. Like, Moonblast does more damage, grass nuts does less damage, but it will come down to fast moves, 2 charge moves in the end. And it might bite him a little bit that he just goes straight grass nut. Because, like, he cannot finish me now. But I can finish him with 2 grass nuts. I think I will just barely survive the next grass nuts. Like, him starting to do grass nuts will now force him to either use shields or, like, catch something. But then he Moonblast towards the end. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? So he completely outplayed me. That's what I said. Like, the outplay was coming. But now I can get in with Diggersby, and I can get a huge farm down, although not enough, so that I had to like catch the grass nut on double. And we'll see if that's a good idea or not. So he comes back in with the Luxray, and then I remember there was a Luxray, and like, I regret quite a bit actually that I didn't just save the Diggersby for the Luxray, because it can barely touch the Diggersby. But I can also just sack it and then farm a lot down and see what the last Pokemon is. And the last Pokemon is like Fable, and he has 2 shields. I'm like, okay, I'm just going straight for it. This is my win con. If he lets this go, and he did, now I have a chance. Otherwise, this was looking very dire. So if it was an old charm, it would also have been an issue. It's like both these positions would have been really, really bad. But I went for the Earthquake. I got the courage during the sets to like play for the win cons. So now I can just Fire Punch, and then I realized he was like really low HP. I'm like, okay, I'm not even gonna reach the Fire Punches before just quick attacking him down. So once again, quick attack Diggersby. It's just quick attacking down everything, and it feels amazing. Alright, Cresselia into Golbat. This will be a team effort, and hopefully not double counter in the back, but we'll see. I'm gonna do the same again. I'm gonna try and catch the Shadow Ball, and I'm hoping it's a Shadow Ball. And it's a Shadow Ball. Hands up there, that's nice. It's amazing, feels amazing. Although I'm not out of the woods yet, because like the double is still like having an amazing matchup against Golbat. But now I took a little bit. I did some damage with the Cresselia, so I could threaten it quite a bit. So it had to switch out, or spend a lot of shields on those body slams. But here comes this Grafty. But he shielded that one. I was very surprised he shielded that one. But I had a lot of energy, so maybe he was afraid of a wild charge, which you can also run on double, but I am running payback in this situation. And that shield was like, oh, that's amazing. So now he doesn't have 2 shields anymore. That means I can go Cresselia back into him. And also I got these extra body slam off, like PvP IV's difference. I survived with 1 HP, so I can get off the body slam. So now I don't even need to Moonblast. I can just grass knot him. But I hope he doesn't know that. I hope he shields. But he doesn't. Like, okay. Next idea will be to let everything go and just farm down with Diggersby. Alright, let's go. Farm down. Farm him down. Get away, Scrafty. We'll see. And he has another counter type. Like, oh, that's so annoying. This time I'm not as courageous. I'm going for the Fire Punch first. And that was a good idea. That worked out really well. So now we have a shot. Now we have a Vigoroth without shields. And I have a Cresselia. And I can also just Earthquake this Vigoroth. So now I'm gonna blast this Vigoroth out the game. I mean, almost. I need to do a little bit extra afterwards. But we don't mind that. But now I have a lot of energy on the Cresselia. There's no way this Vigoroth is gonna touch this Cresselia. I have a shield that I can save for the Scrafty. And I have a Moonblast now I can just throw. Well, here's a Golbat. Was it not a Scrafty? Did he let the Scrafty go? I found down the Scrafty. This is the wrong game. There's so many Scrafties and there's so many Golbats. Alright, here's a Toxapex. This is like a fairly neutral matchup. Because even though I do super effective damage with my Psycho Cut, he's just doing a lot of damage with Poison Jabs. And he's actually doing stab with his Sludge Wave and his Bryants, where I'm not doing stab with my Grass Knot and my Moonblast. So this is like dependent on who wants to spend a shield, depends on if anyone want to switch out or not. You can definitely play it out. You can definitely do a shield, and you could probably outspeed the Toxapex if you really want the switch advantage. But because I have a ABB lines, like I have a double weak to counter in the back, I should not have played it this far. Like this was a mistake. And I only realized it at this moment that I've done a mega mistake now. Because now my Cresselia is gone. So what if they have counter types in the back? I do get a lot of energy now on my double. So if they only have one, maybe I have a chance. We'll see. And this is Scrafty. Another Scrafty. There are so many Scrafties. Okay. But I can still do some decent damage. I got a lot of energy. And the Scrafty is tanky, but it's not that tanky. So it can't really tank all the body slams. And I'm expecting him to just power punch me all the way through. Which is a problem, because I've got a Diggersby. I'm not looking forward to these counters doing that much damage with all these power-ups. But he let that one go, which is huge. Like, if he had shielded that one, I would have been in big trouble. But he let that one go. I'm like, yes, that's my chance. Quick attack Diggersby, once again coming in clutch. I can just quick attack him down. That's very nice. Although I will have to shield, because like this power up punch, even though it's like a power up punch, it's like 3 times boosted, I think, at this point. Here's a Dragonair. Oh, okay, I'm gonna lose that one. Alright, we play for the one win con we have, is that he guessed wrong. Earthquake. He guessed wrong. Yes, Earthquake. See ya. Earthquake and quick attack for the win. Get out of here. Cresselia into Nidoqueen. So that's decent. We'll see what he do. Since we have the Grass Knot, we do have some neutral damage. This is one of the situations where Future Sight would have been really nice. But he switched out. He switched out to Ferrothorn. And then I go into my double. So I can do a lot of neutral with my double kicks. And then I could pay back him. I was like hoping he was gonna think I paid back him. So I'm gonna bait him first. Which he completely calls. So that's okay. Fair enough. I can still threaten him with the next one. Was my plan. We'll see what he do. So now we go, and now we do the payback. And they got an extra attack because my phone got out of power. Like I'm on 5% now, by the way. It's really annoying. But he shields the payback correctly, so he guesses right 2 times in a row, which I'm a little bit annoyed by. And then he switches in the Nidoqueen on me. But I'm like, I think I might be able to survive the Poison Fangs. I will keep that Body Slam. That might save me further down the line. And there was a little bit of visual glitching. He got the Poison Jabs off like immediately, like 2 or 3 on top of each other. And he went for the Earth Power here. And I go for the bait. Because like this is not a Shadow. So I either need 2 of these or I need an Earthquake. I was expecting him to shield though, but he didn't. He might shield now though. We'll see. He doesn't. No, he doesn't give a damn about the Nidoqueen. But I can still survive the Earth Power here, so that is okay. But he doesn't throw the Earth Power, so I'm like, okay. I'm very surprised with that. Now he needs to shield because this is gonna be double super effective against the Ferrothorn, and he does. And now I can come back in, and I press the Body Slam that I had saved, but like I didn't see that I had a payback. It's like, what are you doing? You had a payback. And now he has a Sand Slash in the back. And that's a problem. That is very much a problem. Because my Diggersby, which is usually the answer for like a Sand Slash, it's not having enough HP to survive a Ice Punch. so I can't really use it. So I come in here with the double Moonblast Cresselia against the Sandslash. But this is still a really awkward health range, because it's gonna survive, and it's gonna survive still with decent HP, and I don't have any quick moves that can take that amount of HP on the Sandslash. But do you see what happens here? He overfarms, he counts incorrectly, because I had a lot of energy on that Cresselia coming in, and that is my saving grace. Now I can just farm him down. I'm farming, I'm getting to the grass knot, I'm losing CMP. But he has very low HP, and there's no way he has 2 power whips. So I'll come in with Diggersby, and I quick attack him once, and we got it. Ooh, that was nice. That was very nice. And that was also the end of the video. So having a really good time with the Cresselia double normal. You will need to watch out if double counter in the back is like as popular as it begun to get. Like, I had a lot towards the end using double counter teams, and that's scary using this team. But other than that, I would heavily suggest you guys to visit the video that the Human Catcherbug has made, which inspired me to try it myself. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.